So on this fifth Sunday of Lent, we are just a week away from the solemn celebration of the Passion Sunday, Palm Sunday, and so on. Soon we are going to share in the new life. So the focus on the readings of today is what Isaiah prophesied in the first reading, that I am making something new, something different. So actually, when we look into our life, there is something new, always something different. Every day is not the same, is it not? We don't get up the same way as yesterday, or today you had a long sleep. So the new reality that we are presented here, this is one long sentence of historical event of the first Exodus. First Exodus, Moses liberating the people of Israel, crossing the Red Sea, leaving behind Egypt, crossing into a new land. So that is something new. Israel, who now are in captivity in Babylon, they are in Babylon, and Isaiah is prophesying that something new is going to take place, that they also will come back to their homeland. So in other words, reminding about the change and transformation. The people who are lost in sin are being redeemed. People who are away in slavery and sin and evil are brought. So that is the Exodus, first Exodus. So it is a historical reality. The word of the Lord is speaking events of the past, but in the present tense. The second Exodus will be even greater. First display of power. This Isaiah, how they cross the sea and how God protected them from Egyptians and while they were still, and how they displayed power and might. And the new Exodus is death, resurrection of Christ. So Jesus is reminding us about the change that is taking place. So all these readings, we are not focused only on the gospel, but all the three readings and also the responsorial psalm. What marvels the Lord worked for us, indeed we are glad. So every day God is doing something marvelous things. So we need that, our hearts and our minds to experience and knows that. So that is a life of joy and abundance and blessings are there. So otherwise our mind will be focused on the evil and sin and suffering that will not change us. If you really want to change, look at positively and look at the psalm that we are praying. What marvels the Lord has done for us. So asking us an examination of conscience, a healthy awareness of one's own faults, look upon the fault of others with the compassion. So judging is a very focus in the gospel today. So what are the Pharisees are trying to do? As Jesus went to the Mount of Olives and early in the morning and they are in the temple, and the scribes and Pharisees brought a woman who was caught in sin, and is brought the judging. But Jesus is not judging. Jesus just bent down and started writing. Writing. We don't know what he wrote, but it is evident, what Jesus wrote. Everybody, all of you know what he wrote. So then they're pressing. Why? The woman is standing there as a tool to trap Jesus. Not for judging the woman and so on, but to trap Jesus. They want something to accuse him and to condemn Jesus to death. So the tool that is there, it is also the one who is accused. Those who accuse him, Jesus is accusing them. Those without sin be the first one to cast the stone. So they were surprised. They were shocked to hear the words of Jesus again. So the trap, Jesus is actually on trial. The woman is used as a tool. She stands humiliated before all. But Jesus very calmly, coolly, sending a very clear message that we should not judge others. Quality of judgment, the judgment that we give should be on compassion ground. Jesus writing their own sins on that ground, he was there. As soon as they begin to see, one by one, they left and they went away. We are very familiar with this famous bishop's candlestick story. Victor Hugo, in his famous Les Miserables, says, the miserable ones, a fugitive man comes to a bishop's house, let's say, for example, our bishop's house, a beggar coming, and the bishop takes him and give him some food and looks after him and a place even to sleep. But at the night, he gets up and steals all the bishop's belongings which he could gather, and all the silverwares he takes and goes. But unfortunately, the police catch him. And when they check through his bag, this is all belonging to the church. So the man is brought to the bishop. And the bishop says, no, actually, I gave it to him. Then he says, he even forgot something. So in order to save him, in order to protect him, bishop said that I had given him all this. He stayed in the house last night. Surprisingly, the police let him go, and because of this kindness, he became a different person, changed his life. So what Jesus has done also to this woman, also the same thing. So the reading is reminding us what we human beings are capable of. What Prophet Isaiah says, we can change our life, we can become better persons. So more and more during this Lenten season, what has been our focus is to forgive or to judge, to accuse. See, we ourselves, how many times we go for confession, confessing the same sin and asking pardon and repentance, then how many times God is forgiving us? Unlimited times He is forgiving us. Then that is a way also that we need to judge and look at others with God's eyes and compassion. So as prophetic words of Isaiah is being fulfilled, on the second reading, St. Paul telling how much God has forgiven him. God has forgiven me and changed my life, and that we too can experience God's forgiveness. See how beautiful St. Paul is right. I count everything as a loss because of the surpassing worth of knowing Jesus Christ, my Lord. For His sake, I have suffered the loss of all things, and I count everything as useless, worthless, and to have putting on the righteousness of God, goodness of God. Christianity is all about goodness. Christianity is all about love, forgiveness. If we don't understand, we don't leave this one, just come into church, it is not going to see. The goodness of our God, goodness of Jesus Christ, righteousness, we have to sharing, we are called to share in this goodness. As St. Paul says, I am the greatest of all sinners. If God has been good to me, this can also happen to each one of us, each one of you. So what has been during this past 5 weeks of Lent, what have we been doing? Really, do make a little effort, a little examination of conscience in order to change our life, change our attitudes, changing into our own lives and so on. The power of forgiveness. To err is human, but to forgive is divine. How can we grow in the gift of forgiveness? The best gift that we can give to one another is mercy, forgiveness, kindness, and goodness. So Christianity is all about the goodness of God. God is so great, so good, and He wants us also to be with Him, to be in Him, in His greatness and goodness. So don't focus only on the judgment or the sin, but focus on God's love and mercy and forgiveness during this Lent, that our life will change and become, as St. Paul says, everything, all I think is useless for me to share in the life, resurrection of Jesus Christ.